Our next speaker is Mr. Bruce Amspacher. I guess after Kansas won the national championship and they don't ever have a chance of doing it again, he moved to California. Anyway, he informed me earlier he's from Newport Beach, California. Bruce is the editor of Bruce Amspacher's investment report called the BAIR. He's also editor of Gary North's Investment Coin Review. He's one of the founders of PCGS. He's an acknowledged author and expert on silver dollars. Mr. Bruce Amspacher.
Thank you, John. As a matter of fact, I was rooting for Oklahoma in the Oklahoma-Kansas game since I lived in Norman for 28 years. And that's a incorrect assumption. Another incorrect assumption is that since John has talked about seeded dollars and Mike has talked about peace dollars and others have talked about Morgans, that I was going to talk about the real rarity, the overlooked rarity, the Susan B. Anthony dollar. But it's just not true. Today we're going to talk about other things. Each year, 6 or 7 dollar dealers, we like to think of ourselves as experts, take an afternoon from the show to hold this seminar. In 1985, the room was packed to overflowing. The market was hot and wild, and there was electricity in the air. In 1987, the market was tentative, and the crowd was sparse and a little grumpy. This year, well, look around you. Things are much better. Regardless of what you do, the dealers are here. We are here in fair markets, good markets, and great markets. We are here to buy coins, sell coins, listen, sympathize, celebrate with you, whatever the temper of our times. We are also here to educate and to learn. Learning is difficult, even for dealers, because we don't like to be confused with such things as facts. The numismatic press, for instance, will not accept facts. They refused an article years ago written by Dean Tavener when he wrote that the 1884 S dollar might actually be rarer in mint state than the 1895 S. Too radical and unfounded, he was told. They did publish an article of research on the front page of Coin World that told why the 1938 D dime was rarer in MS65 than the 1921P. 3 pages was devoted to this treatise of expertise. When I tried to line my dog's bathroom box with this article, he refused to use it. He undoubtedly felt it would be redundant. It has been a long road to this point. It hasn't been easy. Fred Sweeney once told me that he and Joe Flynn went to a show as teenagers and bought 10 rolls of pennies. They blew their entire stake on this deal, then out of cash had to use all the coins to pay for gasoline and turnpike tolls going home. When I worked for Fred Sweeney years ago, I went to Kingsport, Tennessee to look at a complete collection of $4 Stellas. The man wanted $100,000 for the collection that had been in the family of a friend for generations, or so he said. I was scheduled to arrive at 10 a.m. and fly out at 7 p.m. I took a wet scale and a cashier's check for $100,000, nothing else. As it turned out, the deal was a scam. The coins were gilt aluminum, and they were on approval from another dealer. I was back at the airport by noon with 7 hours to kill. I looked for a book, found only romance novels or Louis L'Amour westerns that I'd already read. The only other book available was one called Snowblind, Life in the Cocaine Trade. I read it in 6 hours, put it in the bag, and headed for the security check. When they opened my bag, they found 3 things: a scale, a book on cocaine, and $100,000. The police arrived moments later. They didn't do anything, they just hung around until I boarded the plane. I can only guess what they thought. I now live in California. I moved there a few months after PCGS started. It is a bright, sunny place, and everyone is extremely health conscious. Well, almost everyone. David Hall is one exception. When he was asked why he didn't jog, David said, "I never jog. If I die, I want to be sick." The people may be healthy, but maybe not too bright in some cases. The woman who gave me a haircut last week asked me where my sisters lived. I told her they lived in Alexandria, Virginia, and Dunkirk, Maryland. "Denver?" she said. "Dunkirk," I answered. "Denver? The state?" she asked again. I swear it, that's what she said. "Denver, the state?" We then got to talking about restaurants, and I was telling her how much I missed the junk food of the Midwest. "Do you know what a Dairy Queen is?" I asked. There was a pause. The wheels were turning. Finally she spoke. "A Dairy Queen? A milkman in high-heeled shoes?" Where was I? Oh, yeah. Silver dollars. Silver dollars, that is why we are here. Silver dollars. There is no annual Lincoln Cent show, or Colonial show, or even a Commem show or a gold show. Silver dollars are where the action is. They are what collectors want, what investors demand, what dealers are looking to buy. In all markets, silver dollars sell. 1881 S dollars and MS-65 sell well at $250. They sold even better at $500, and they sold the very best when they were $1,000. There are no dead periods except in price and or availability as far as demand goes. The BU roll market has never recovered from 1964. The colonial market has not been back since 1974. The pattern market has been gone, basically, since 1980. Meanwhile, the silver dollar market has never left, not really. Even in the summer of 1982, the worst market I've seen in 20-plus years in the business.